What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. My name is Hugh Wizzy and you're watching Paper Talk Day 2.
This is for the ones who care.
Love to your mothers, hope you're all well. Make sure you are subscribed if you're new and drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen. But for now, we have got breaking news for LS, so we're up early. Get yourselves a coffee, wake up with me, and we will go through the latest breaking news in the world of football that's making the back pages. And we're going to start with the back page of the Star, which has gone with the biggest story of the day, I would say. 6 days to do deal. Sancho deadline leaves Ole in sweat over swoop, says Jeremy Cross. Manchester United have been given less than a week to strike a deal with Borussia Dortmund for Jadon Sancho. This is sensational news. One of the True Ballers FC squadron, one of the most exciting talents in world football. Jadon Sancho, the 20-year-old Englishman, is going to break the transfer record for an English player. Over £108 million, they're saying it could end up being altogether. I should stress, as it stands, the deal isn't done yet. Ed Woodward is saying that he doesn't want to spend more than £80 million, but Dortmund are willing to hold out for £100 million. I know Manchester United fans will be sweating until they actually see him in the shirt or signing the contract, but it's a top deal. Wow, what a player. Electrifying talent who is going to add so much to that front three that is already doing so well, outscoring Salah, Firmino and Mane this season, Greenwood, Martial and Rashford. But if you add Jadon Sancho into that, it gives you so many alternative options and a whole bunch more goals and assists for a youngster who the Mirror are calling the £100 million man. Sancho deal close as United can pay fee in instalments. And I mean, this is common sense to most people these days, but transfers are done in instalments. No clubs are really paying whole fees unless they're kind of minor fees anyway, and even then you'd be daft to pay the whole thing. In exactly the same way as Arsenal signed Pepe and facilitated that move by breaking it down into instalments, that is what Manchester United are looking to do here, and apparently Dortmund are absolutely fine with that. Dortmund will consider £100 million in instalments, but they want £70 million up front, with 2 more payments of £20 million and £10 million. And Reds boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has made Jadon Sancho his #1 target. It's a truly sensational deal, and if you are a Manchester United fan, you better be buzzing about this. He is going to bring a lot to the club, and he's going to be wearing the #7 shirt because it just so happens that Alexis Sanchez is finalising a move to Inter Milan. A free transfer, which is, you know, a bit of a kick in the nuts really, but ultimately it's actually probably a brilliant deal because this guy's been on 400 grand a week for almost 2 years, and he is basically rinsing the club dry by just cancelling his contract, which is in effect what they're doing, and making enough money to sign a top player and pay for a huge amount of Jadon Sancho. That is how much Alexis Sanchez is earning. The Guardian have gone for the same thing. United closing in on record £90 million Sancho transfer. Says that Sancho, who left City at the age of 17 to move to the Bundesliga 3 years ago now, has enjoyed a spectacular season in which he scored 17 goals and provided 16 assists. Let's not forget, this is the second time that Manchester United will have broken the transfer record for an English player since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been at the helm of the club, having signed Harry Maguire for £85 million. And that is the financial weight of the club. That is the pulling power of Manchester United, who will be over the moon that Jadon Sancho can wear the #7 shirt. And he takes that from Alexis Sanchez, who's going to be signing for Inter Milan on a permanent basis. He's been doing quite well at Inter Milan, if I'm honest, but it is a free transfer. And whilst people will be turning their nose up at the fact that Alexis has left the club for free and they've got nothing for him, in effect they're getting a lot because the money that he's on is sensational. 400 grand a week he's been on for the last 2 years, and I think he scored 7 goals in total in all competitions in like 50 appearances. Awful return for your money. One of the worst signings in Premier League history without question, and Manchester United fans I'm sure will be happy to see the back of a player who was finished at Arsenal. And the Mail have gone for the same story as well. Matt Barlow with a decent piece here that's talking about how he is from South London streets of Camberwell and how he is moving to the theatre of dreams. Manchester City signed him when he was 15 for about £66,000 from Watford, and he hasn't looked back since. He formed a really good partnership with Phil Foden in the youth setup there. He's had international success with his age group, I think it was under 17, and he has proved to be an absolute star in the Bundesliga. Goals, assists, electrifying skill on the ball, and he's grown, I guess, and matured in the time that he's been in Germany, so much so that he's made the move look like the best decision ever. Apparently he'd accepted a 30 grand a week contract at Manchester City under Pep Guardiola, and suddenly changed his mind at the last minute, and he has turned himself into a 100 million pound player, and it is quite incredible to see an Englishman doing that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you rate the kid as highly as I think I do? And the Mail have got some stats here as well. He would be the 5th most expensive transfer of all time, behind João Felix, Mbappe, Coutinho and Neymar. And of course he would be by quite some distance the record for a British player. Sancho involved in 34 goals in 32 Bundesliga games. Such an exciting lineup that United are going to potentially have up top as well, with Sancho, Rashford, Martial, Greenwood and Fernandes all capable of bringing goals and assists. Up here, to bring us back down to earth, we have Arsenal set to snap up Willian on free transfer. I mean, this is the most predictable transfer of all time, really, isn't it? Arsenal ready to offer Willian a 3-year deal, as Willian has stepped closer to a Chelsea exit after turning down his latest contract offer. He is 32 next week, and Arsenal are prepared to give him the 3 years that he wants. They've discussed a potential deal with the Brazilian's agent Kia Joorabchian, who negotiated David Luiz and Cedric Suarez moves to the Emirates, and is close to the Gunners' technical director Edu. I mean, they're best pals, aren't they, really? Clearly lining each other's pockets here with the dodgiest deals that man... I mean, how's Cedric Suarez got himself a 4-year deal when he's played 3 games for the club? Quite mystifying stuff. Willian is apparently confident of securing a rise on his current 120 grand a week wages should he move across London. Listen to this, right? His agent revealed last week that Willian had had 5 offers on the table, including one from MLS, David Beckham's Inter Miami. So Arsenal are signing MLS targets on free transfers, and Manchester United are signing the 5th most expensive player of all time, Jadon Sancho, a truly world-class baller. Willian is a fantastic player in his day, make no mistake about it, and for free it's not bad. However, a rise on your wage of 120 grand a week at 32 and a 3-year contract, that should be questionable at best. And I think Arsenal fans should start asking questions about the dealings with this agent, who is apparently the only person that the club can deal with. Next up, we've got 80 million will not buy Chilwell. This is from James Nursey in the Daily Mirror. Unfortunately for Leicester City, it does look like there is going to be a little bit of an exodus, but they've managed to cash in with Harry Maguire, and they're looking to do exactly the same here. Chilwell not available for less than £80 million. He is 23 and does have aspirations, apparently, of securing a spot on the left-hand side for England at the Euros, the rescheduled Euros next year. That's quite exciting, isn't it? We've got the World Cup and the Euros 1 year after the other. He does want to play Champions League football, and Leicester City, well, you've kind of played yourselves there, haven't you? Anyhow, it's quite expensive. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Is Chilwell the best that Chelsea can get? Is that just bound to happen? They've been talking about that one for quite some time as well. These things do seem to be kind of written well ahead of time. Of course, tonight is Thomas Frank against Scott Parker, Brentford against Fulham in the Championship playoff final. The biggest game in football, really, isn't it? £160 million prize, and I've heard it being called more. It's Ollie Watkins and his 26 goals against Alexander Mitrovic and his 26 goals. It's going to be a fantastic spectacle. I hope that you tune in and enjoy a game that really means something. It's a life-changing game where all 22 players on that pitch will be desperate, fighting for their lives, trying to get to the next level, because the rewards are so great. I'm predicting a Brentford win, if only because both games they've beaten them, they've done the double over them this season, they didn't concede a goal in the process. And of course this guy, who a lot of people seem to think is overrated, he's very entertaining to watch, that's all I know. Biggest game in football tonight, 7:45. at Wembley Stadium, Brentford against Fulham. Let me know your predictions in the comment section below. Who are you going to be supporting? Who would you rather see in the Premier League? And there's more Manchester United news, as Chris Smalling has returned to the club after his loan at Roma. £2.7 million fee Roma paid for the loan, and it's gone down quite well. He said he's enjoyed his time there. wants to move there permanently, and he's not looking to stay at Old Trafford. I think Manchester United could do a lot worse than getting Chris Smalling back, to be honest. Will you find another top defender? Do you want to spend that much money? You could do a lot worse. He may well have improved as a defender as well. I'd like to know your thoughts on that. Chris Smalling. Next up, we've got Serge Aurier in line for a move to AC Milan. Tottenham could be looking to cash in £20 million on the 27-year-old who's made 33 appearances this year, and he's not everyone's favourite, is he? Not everyone's cup of tea. He gets involved in a little bit of controversy, his form's inconsistent, and even though on his day he's a top player, I don't think it's really worked out, and it may well be best to cash in £20 million, apparently what Tottenham can get for Serge Aurier, while Danny Rose is looking to get back into the club and stay on. Interesting up here that this Willian spurns contract and opens Arsenal talk story ends with the Chelsea links. Chelsea interested in West Ham's Declan Rice, Atletico Madrid's Jose Jimenez, and of course Leicester's Ben Chilwell, as we talked about earlier. However, he's likely to need to get rid of a defender before we can bring one of them in, and it's likely to be either Kurt Zouma, Andreas Christensen or Antonio Rudiger. Chelsea are 3-0 down against Bayern Munich and will be without Cesar Azpilicueta and Christian Pulisic, both suffering hamstring injuries against Arsenal. The transfer window is kicking into gear, and there are going to be some big deals happening in the next few days. JADEN, Sancho, Alexis Sanchez, maybe even a Willian and a Ben Chilwell. Who knows who else? If you've got any stories that you want talked about in particular, let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe if you're new, and drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen. But for now, I'm going to love you and leave you. Hope you are all well and enjoying the content. Thanks for all the support recently. We'll carry on doing the daily videos, and I'll see you in the next one. For now though, I've been Hugh Wizzy, and this has been a lot of fun. Peace.